Welcome into this edition of the Red Sox Rundown. I am your host, Jack Lautaret, and we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. I asked you guys in the last video, help us get to 600 subscribers, which we did. And we got to 674 subscribers. Thank you all so much, but we are not satisfied. Like I said, if you want daily videos on the Boston Red Sox, news, rumors, updates, everything you need to know, make sure you hit that sub button, because when we get to 1K, I think we might be able to start doing daily videos. At least that's what the boss has said, but we shall see. So hit that sub button. Bunch of news and notes to talk about today around the Red Sox. The first one being Kristian Campbell. He's been struggling so far as of late at camp. Should Red Sox fans be concerned? I had him in my 26-man roster projection. I thought he was going to break camp, but if you look at the stats, they are not great. Tyler Milliken had this today. Also, shout out Tyler Milliken. Gave me a follow on Twitter today, which was pretty cool. Rougher day for Kristian Campbell. These are the stats from today against Philadelphia Phillies. 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. Up to 7 strikeouts in his first 7 at-bats. 2 walks. He had a 19.9% K rate in 2024. He's putting up some lengthy battles, though, and that's something we've seen throughout camp. Lengthy battles just has not been able to convert. And Tyler at the very end says this, could be pressing a little bit. Long way to go in spring. It's his first camp, so I think we should pump the brakes on the panic meter. I'm not worried. He will be okay. Like we said, we've seen lengthy at-bats. I've seen relatively good plate discipline out of him. He's just gotten unlucky in some of these at-bats. Like Tyler said, he might be pressing a little bit. Again, it's his first camp. There's a lot of pressure, a lot of people predicting that he might break camp. And if that happens, yes, he might be trying to do a little bit too much. I'm not worried about Kristian Campbell. Like I said, his first camp, a lot of time to go. But you guys let me know, are you worried about Kristian Campbell? If you are, type Y for yes down below in the comments section. If you are not worried, like myself, go ahead and type an N for no. Again, his first spring training camp, I'm not worried. Will he break camp? We'll see. But for now, I'm not that worried. A prospect that is heating up, though, is Marcelo Mayer. Now, we were not able to watch the game yesterday. I could go on a rant about not being able to watch spring training games because they're not being broadcast, but Marcelo Mayer put on a clinic yesterday. He went 3 for 3 with a home run and a triple. He was a double short of the cycle. This guy is showing that he is at the level that we thought he could be. Now, he's not going to break camp. And the reason why is because he needs to prove that he can stay healthy. He has not had a full season in the minors yet. Every year, some sort of injury crops up. So even though he's having a really hot start, and even if he continues that hot start, I would say the chances of Mayer breaking camp are still incredibly slim. He did not play at all in AAA last year because he was sidelined with an injury. Until he can prove that he can put together 140, 150 games in a season, I don't think he's going to break the roster. However, seeing him play well against major league level pitching is making me feel a lot better about him and some of the doubts that we may have had going into spring training. We did have some injury updates to talk about. This one came yesterday. Masataka Yoshida cleared to hit BP, and Alex Cora said today, actually at the time of recording this, that he's ready to DH in some games. Ian Browne had this today, told reporters that Masa's ready to DH in some games, but he's still very early in his throwing program. He's only throwing 45 feet. And for that reason, I still think he starts the year on the IL. I think with the current log jam that the Red Sox have in their lineup, the Red Sox have in their infield and their outfield, really, I don't see a world where, unless Yoshida is 100% healthy, that he makes the opening day roster. I think they're going to milk that a little bit. I think they're going to put him on the IL to open up a roster spot for someone else that's competing, a la a Kristian Campbell. And I do think that unless he makes significant strides in the next few weeks before opening day, unless he is able to throw 120 feet, have a full throwing program, unless that happens, I do still think that they will find a way to put him on the IL, and he will not be on the opening day roster. But what do you think? Does Yoshida make the opening day roster? If you think he does, I want you to type a 1, meaning he will take up 1 roster spot on the opening day roster. If you think he will not, I want you to type a 0, signifying no roster spots being taken up. You let me know down below in the comments. I am at a 0. I do not think Yoshida is going to make the opening day roster, but him starting to DH soon is an interesting development to say the least. Probably the most significant injury update that we got, and this is one that I think most Red Sox fans were waiting with bated breath, was Brayan Bello. He threw his bullpen today. Now, I read the article quickly, and he was at medium strength, not throwing full speed around, the 80s, 80 mile an hour, 80% type throwing. So he was not throwing at full strength. But very importantly, though, the trainers told him that he is still on track for opening day. So everyone, please take a deep breath with me. Brayan Bello, after this bullpen today, has been told by the trainers that he is still on track for opening day. This makes me happy because, like we've discussed, Giolito is going to be ready. Crochet, Houck, Buehler are going to be ready. So that's 4 of your 5. With Cutter, more than likely not going to be ready for opening day. Again, I've predicted it, and I think Cora kind of teased it today as well. He didn't say it specifically, but I think if you read what he was talking about, he kind of hinted that Cutter's not going to be ready for opening day. So with Cutter not ready for opening day, you need your core 5 healthy and ready to go. So Bello taking this big step today, showing that he is still on track. He's doing everything he needs to do to be ready for opening day. We all can take a big, deep breath and a big sigh of relief. Another update that I was not expecting to get today that we got that was very pleasant is Wilyer Abreu. He has been cleared to start baseball activities. As you all know, dealing with a gastrointestinal infection. He's been getting a bunch of labs done, and until the labs came back normal, he was not going to be cleared for baseball activity. So obviously the labs have come back satisfactory for the Red Sox, so he will start baseball activities. We do not know yet when that's going to happen, but it could happen any day now. Apparently, Wilyer lost a lot of weight in this process. I think that makes sense with a gastrointestinal infection that you're probably going to lose some weight. And Wilyer actually said that he thinks that that's actually to his advantage. He feels slimmer. He feels more in form. He feels more ready to go. So with that's the case, I'm actually excited for Abreu. I think he's going to be ready to go. I'm not worried. Abreu said he talked to media today. He said he's still got 3 or 4 weeks until opening day, and he is fully confident that he's going to be ready for opening day. So I'm not concerned about this at all. I think you're going to have your opening day outfield of Jarren Duran, Cedar Rafaeli, and Wilyer Abreu. And yeah, really, really great news for the Red Sox on the injury front so far. If you want more news on the Boston Red Sox, you're going to find all of the news first on my Instagram at the Red Sox Rundown. Colin, we are so close. I don't know if you know this. I'm going to check, actually. We're so close to 100 followers. It's insane. We are at 79 followers. We're 21 followers away from 100 followers. Help us get to 100 followers as fast as possible at the Red Sox Rundown. Don't miss out. That link is in the description as well. 2 more topics to talk about before we get out of here. Garrett Crochet made another start today, and he did struggle a little bit with his control. I'm not that worried about it because he was still commanding the strike zone. He has walked four batters so far. He walked a few today. But of the 10 outs that he's gotten so far, 7 of them have been strikeouts. I think Crochet is going to win the Cy Young this year. Might be a homer take. Very well could be a homer take. But I love what I've seen from him so far. He dominates the strike zone. He gets swing and miss. He gets what the Red Sox have desperately needed, whiff rate. Something that the Red Sox have not been able to do. Houck, Bello, ground ball, contact pitchers. Crochet is not that. And he has shown that. Yes, the control at points can be a concern, but I think the good outweighs the bad. And I'm making the take. I'm calling it right now. I think Garrett Crochet, based on what I've seen so far, and yes, overreaction Monday, I know, but based on what I've seen so far, I think Crochet is going to win the Cy Young this year. Last story is a fun one, but I also think it's an important one, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. David Ortiz, along with Pedro Martinez, Dwight Evans, a bunch of alumni, are at camp this weekend. And this is really cool to see. This happens every year. I know Brock Holt's also here. I know Jim Rice is also here as well. This is really cool to see the alumni coming back and nurturing and helping teach the next generation of Red Sox. But this is actually probably, in my opinion, more significant than people are giving it credit. Rafael Devers needed this bad. Poppy has always been someone that Devers can lean on, that Devers can ask advice, that Devers can have long conversations with. He's always been a role model for Rafael Devers. And with everything that has happened this spring training, with the controversy around his press conference, with Alex Bregman coming in, with all of the, coming back to strength with his shoulders and being a little bit behind in his throwing program, and all of the headlines in media that have been around Rafael Devers, he needed this visit from David Ortiz. And apparently they talked a lot today. They were around a lot today. This is something that I think is going to help center Rafael Devers and help him get even more ready to eventually, I think soon, I don't remember the actual date, but eventually make his debut for the Red Sox in spring training. So this is actually, I think, probably one of the most significant stories to come out today. We had a lot of Red Sox injury news, but this, I think, might be one of the most significant stories in terms of overall team morale for the face of your franchise. That's all I got for you guys today. A little bit of a shorter video today. I've been covering the NFL Combine the last few days. It's been a lot going on. So I still wanted to get this video out for you guys. And that commitment is what I'm going to give to you guys all season long. Even when I'm exhausted, working 12-hour days, I want to get you guys videos. So if you have not already, if you're one of 326 people who have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that. The goal is 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to be boots on the ground at Globe Life Field for the first 3 games of the season. If you want on-site videos after every game, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, go Sox.